Did you know that a simple itch in certain spots on your body could be warning you of a serious problem? Often we ignore that sudden urge to scratch. We think it's temporary, a reaction to soap or a sign of dry skin. But what if your skin was speaking to you before it's too late? What if it's sending a silent signal that something deeper needs attention? In this video, we'll discuss 3 key areas of your body where itching can signal hidden health risks. Spots we tend to scratch without a second thought, unaware they may be linked to liver, heart, or circulatory issues. Your skin speaks before it's too late, if you know how to listen. This isn't just poetic advice. It's a medical alert grounded in the experience of doctors and specialists who have seen many patients arrive too late, when itchiness had already turned into a chronic condition or a symptom of something far more serious. Stay with us until the end, because this information could be the warning that saves you or someone you love. And before we dive in, let me know in the comments, how old are you and where are you watching from? Knowing this helps us create content that's more personal and valuable for you. Ready to discover what your skin is trying to tell you? Let's get started. Why itching can signal something serious. Pruritus, commonly known as itching, doesn't just appear from a brush of clothing or a reaction to detergent. Behind that sometimes persistent tingling lies a complex mechanism involving nerve endings and histamine receptors in the skin. These endings activate when something internal or external irritates or inflames the area, sending signals to the brain that we interpret as, "I need to scratch." However, itching can be more than a fleeting annoyance. It can be an indicator of liver, kidney, or metabolic issues. When the liver isn't working properly, for example, certain substances that should be filtered accumulate in the bloodstream and trigger itching. Similarly, people with kidney problems or high toxin levels may experience unexplained itching. And in the case of metabolic disorders, like diabetes, the skin can dry out and become more prone to irritation. Plus, as we age, our skin becomes more fragile. In older adults, something that might have been a temporary nuisance in earlier life can become chronic. The protective barrier of the skin loses effectiveness, and the body can manifest silent diseases through burning sensations or itching that won't be soothed by creams or oatmeal baths. That's why it's essential to distinguish between a one-off itch, which might appear after a hot day, for example, and disappear with a shower, and chronic itching that returns again and again or persists for weeks. When pruritus becomes a day and night companion, it demands attention. Take the case of Mr. Roger, a 79-year-old man who began feeling an itch in his upper back. At first, he blamed it on his age or his wool sweater, but the itching didn't go away. Weeks passed, and he kept scratching. Until one day, upon closer inspection, he discovered a stubborn skin lesion. What he didn't know was that he had an underlying liver issue that first showed itself on the skin. Here's the key phrase. When the itch persists, your body is screaming. Ignoring that signal can mean allowing an internal imbalance to progress. Sometimes, it's the first wake-up call for more serious diseases, a warning that, if caught in time, can help us avoid major complications. Spot number 1. Itching at the nape and upper back. The nape and upper back can serve as alarm zones for certain imbalances in the body. We often associate an itch in this area with something as simple as sweat or dandruff buildup. However, there are times when this itching is linked to stress and tension accumulated in the muscles of the neck and shoulders. Prolonged stress not only causes muscle knots, but can also affect blood circulation in the area, resulting in tingling and persistent itching. On the other hand, poor circulation can be a key factor. If blood doesn't flow properly, small blockages or inflammation can trigger the urge to scratch. It has even been observed that people with uncontrolled hypertension or hormonal imbalances, like thyroid issues, frequently experience burning and itching at the nape. Anna, a 72-year-old woman, described a constant burning sensation just behind her head, almost at the base of her neck. At first, she thought it was a simple allergic outbreak, but over the days she noticed the sensation flared up whenever she felt nervous or sat still for long periods. When she consulted her doctor, she discovered her blood pressure was above the normal range, and once controlled, the itching reduced significantly. What can you do? Check your blood pressure if itching in this area is frequent and persistent. A simple screening can rule out hypertension or other issues. Relax the area with gentle massages or neck and shoulder stretches. Spending a few minutes each day rotating your neck carefully, releasing tension and boosting circulation can make a big difference. Seek medical advice if the itching doesn't improve or worsens. Lab tests or imaging may be needed to rule out hormonal or circulatory disorders. Spot number 2. Itching in the legs, especially calves and ankles. The legs, especially the calves and ankles, are another area where itching can mean more than just a reaction to clothing or weather. One of the most common causes is venous insufficiency, when veins don't pump blood back to the heart with enough force. This can lead to swelling, edema, a feeling of heaviness, and often itching by the end of the day. When blood becomes stagnant, waste products that should be removed build up in the skin, causing inflammation and that uncontrollable urge to scratch. In addition, diabetes should not be underestimated. Excess blood sugar disrupts microcirculation and dries out the skin, making your legs more prone to irritation and itching. The same happens with certain kidney problems, where the body doesn't filter waste properly, manifesting on the skin as itching or small rash-like bumps. Mark, a 75-year-old man, experienced this problem firsthand. He was diabetic, but didn't pay much attention to his sugar levels. For months, he noticed bumps on his ankles that, instead of improving, grew larger. At first, he ignored them, thinking they were reactions to his shoes or insect bites. Until one morning, he discovered one of the bumps had turned into an ulcer, an open sore that wouldn't heal easily. That was when he realized he had ignored the first warning his skin had given him. What can you do? Improve circulation by raising your legs for a few minutes each day to facilitate venous return. If you notice swelling or heaviness, consult your doctor. Stay active. Even a short daily walk helps pump blood and keeps it circulating. Control blood sugar strictly if you have diabetes. A healthy diet and following medical advice can prevent major skin and nerve damage. Spot number 3. Itching on the palms or soles. The palms of your hands and the soles of your feet may seem like odd places for persistent itching, but they're actually significant warning zones for liver problems. Why? Because when the liver doesn't properly filter toxins, certain substances build up in the blood and deposit in the skin, triggering sometimes intense and very uncomfortable itchiness. This type of pruritus can feel like a stabbing tingling or even a constant burning. It often worsens at night when you lie down, as the body enters a resting phase and some metabolic processes become more noticeable. Mrs. Teresa, a 78-year-old woman, had noticed dryness in the palms of her hands. She thought it might simply be age or a reaction to dry weather. However, the itching gradually increased. Until one day, she realized that scratching too hard was damaging her skin. When she sought medical advice, tests revealed she had advanced fatty liver. The itch on her palms was an early sign that her liver was failing to filter out toxins. In addition to itching, other risk signals linked to liver problems can include jaundice, the yellowing of skin and eyes, and unusual fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. Not all symptoms always appear together, but the combination of chronic itching on palms or soles and any sign of yellowing skin should be taken very seriously. What can you do? Get a liver checkup. A simple blood test can reveal elevated enzymes indicating liver inflammation or damage. Review your diet. Cut down on saturated fats, ultra-processed foods, and excessive alcohol. Stay hydrated and engage in light to moderate exercise. Early detection of liver issues allows for medical and nutritional interventions that can halt or even reverse damage. Consequences of ignoring the itch. Real-life stories. When we underestimate an itch, we risk letting a small issue evolve into a serious complication. There are stories of people who carried this symptom for months or even years, convincing themselves that everything is normal or it's just age. Yet the underlying diseases can progress silently until they become irreversible. Peter felt a recurring tingling at the nape of his neck. He attributed it to stress or an uncomfortable pillow and ignored it for nearly a year. Only after fainting on the street did he discover he had untreated hypertension. His arteries had been under excessive pressure for months. That itch had been an early warning, but he never sought help to decode it. Mary noticed a barely perceptible itch on her calves for several months. Being diabetic, she blamed it on dry skin and never checked her glucose levels, which began to spike out of control. When she finally saw her doctor, she faced serious vascular complications and poorly healing wounds. A timely checkup would have prevented this. Ernest experienced a strange itch on his palms. He assumed it was just excessive sweating. Months passed, and the discomfort increased. Finally, tests revealed severe, nearly irreversible liver damage. His liver had been fighting fat buildup that went undetected until it was too late. These examples show us that something as seemingly harmless as scratching can actually be the first chapter of a story that can get very serious. Small symptoms can turn into major problems if ignored, because the body speaks in whispers before it screams. Comprehensive tips for skin care and internal health. To prevent a simple itch from becoming the tip of the iceberg of a serious problem, it's essential to adopt a holistic approach that addresses both external skin care and your body's internal health. Below, you'll find some recommendations to help you prevent and detect potential imbalances in time. Regular medical checkups. Never underestimate the value of a screening. An annual or biannual blood test can reveal altered levels of glucose, cholesterol, or liver enzymes that might be causing itchiness. An abdominal ultrasound can help rule out issues in the liver or kidneys. If you suffer from hypertension or diabetes, maintain strict monitoring with your primary care physician. Basic skin care. Your skin is your body's first line of defense, and as you age, it becomes more delicate. Moisturize daily with creams suited to your skin type, preferably fragrance-free. When showering, use mild, non-drying cleansers. Pat your skin gently to dry instead of rubbing vigorously. And of course, avoid scratching frantically. If itching is intense, seek relief with cool compresses or soothing creams recommended by a pharmacist or doctor. Healthy lifestyle. What you eat directly affects your skin's quality and your organs' function. Opt for a diet rich in fiber, fruits and vegetables. Avoid excess saturated fats, fried foods, and ultra-processed products. Adequate water intake promotes internal hydration, which reflects on your skin. Sedentary behavior is a silent enemy. Walking for 20 to 30 minutes daily can improve circulation, regulate blood pressure, and help maintain a healthy weight, reducing the chances of complications that might manifest as chronic pruritus. Vitamin D and safe sun exposure. Moderate sun exposure contributes to vitamin D production, essential for bone and overall health. However, excessive sun without proper protection can damage your skin. Find balance. Take walks early in the morning or at sunset, wearing light clothing, a hat, and suitable sunscreen if you'll be exposed longer. This way, you help your body without risking sunburn or other damage. Small daily changes. Something as simple as getting enough quality sleep can prevent your body from being stressed and manifesting issues like itching or other symptoms. Restful nights are key for metabolic health and cellular regeneration. Ultimately, caring for your skin means caring for your whole body. If you keep up with medical checkups, eat a balanced diet, drink enough water, stay active daily, and maintain good skin hygiene, you'll be taking solid steps to prevent many diseases that might first appear as itching. And above all, remember that your health is a treasure. If you notice something persistent or worsening, don't hesitate. See a professional for a thorough evaluation. Itching isn't always minor. Sometimes it's your body asking for help, trying to give you a warning that, if heeded in time, can be the difference between a simple nuisance and a serious health issue. Living mindfully doesn't mean living in fear, but rather with the awareness that every small signal your body sends can be precious. Don't wait for things to get serious. Give importance to those symptoms that linger, to that persistent itch that won't calm with basic remedies. Sometimes self-care is as simple as getting a checkup that can clear doubts and, if needed, start early treatment. You are the best doctor for your body if you know how to listen. No one else can notice subtle changes, the days when something doesn't feel right, the way your skin reacts. Self-awareness is the best prevention tool there is. Has this ever happened to you? Have you been dealing with an itch that won't go away? Share your experience in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from and how old you are. This space of dialogue can help others going through something similar, and your story could be the inspiration someone needs to pay attention to their own body. Thank you for joining me until the end of this video. Your time and attention are truly valuable, and I hope this information helps you take better care of your body and your health overall. If you found it useful, consider sharing it with someone who might need this warning, because sometimes a simple itch can be much more than it seems. I also invite you to subscribe if you haven't yet. Here you'll find more content focused on your well-being, with practical advice and a realistic approach, because life continues giving us opportunities to care for ourselves and live with quality, no matter our age. Always remember this phrase: prevention is loving your life. Take care of your skin, and your skin will take care of you. Never underestimate the signals your body sends you. Address them in time, and you can make your journey longer and, above all, more fulfilling. See you in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful day.